nailing painting using liquid latex in one of her YouTube videos. What is this? Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm gonna be doing a nail art to celebrate 4 years of my Instagram account. How crazy is that? I also did this nail art just to celebrate nailing painting in general. Fun fact, at the beginning of my account, I was called Marilou Nail Art, but I decided to change it after someone told me it didn't stand out. And I'm so glad I did. I really like the name nailing painting much more. If you don't already know, I've had classes on graphic design and I wanted to put my skills to good use. So I decided to create a logo for myself. I chose a hand holding a lollipop because, well, I just love the aesthetic and I have a sweet tooth. I really love candy. Also, for one of my After Effects class, I created an animation for the intro of my videos that you saw at the beginning of this one. For that animation, I also choose lollipops to be the main theme since my logo was a lollipop. So when I was deciding what to do for my 4-year anniversary, it just felt right to choose lollipops to be the main focus. I like to draw my ideas before I paint them on my nails, so I use Procreate to do that. Here's the drawing I ended up doing on Procreate, and I think it's pretty much what I did, except the lines were straighter in the drawing, but oh well. Okay, so now enough about the inspiration behind this nail art, let's get right into the tutorial. I first started off with a peel-off base coat on all of my nails. Then I applied 2 coats of Not Milky White from Holo. I really love the new brush and formula, by the way. Then I applied liquid latex, and I know what you might be thinking if you've watched some of my other videos. Nailing painting using liquid latex in one of her YouTube videos, what is this? But if you follow me on Instagram too, you might have seen that I finally purchased some liquid latex. Your girl doesn't have to use tape to do her gradients anymore. I use the kind that is marketed for Halloween because it's much cheaper and it comes in this big pint. If you're interested to know more about Halloween liquid latex versus all of the other options out there, I've made a story highlight on my Instagram at Nailing Painting if you want to check that out. The link to my Instagram is in the description below. Okay, now that the liquid latex is dry, I applied my 3 colors on my sponge to do my gradients. And I use all acrylic paint to do gradients because I find it easier to work with than nail polish. And frankly, I have way more acrylic paints than I have nail polish. Then I just sponged it on, doing a slight up and down motion to make sure it's well blended. Side note, I recently watched the live that Nails by Accident did on gradients, and I learned that the sponge isn't supposed to look wet, it's supposed to look kind of dry. That makes a lot of sense, but I had never figured it out. So, I don't know how to explain it, but I know how to make gradients look good and what to do, but I couldn't put my finger on what was specifically making my gradients bad sometimes. So thank you so much Nails by Accident for that live. Just to get that tip, it was worth it. At the time of filming this nail art, I didn't know this trick, so that's why it ended up being too textured, I think. Moral of the story, don't put as much paint as I did on the sponge. It was probably too much. I removed the liquid latex, and this part is always so satisfying. Almost like taking your bra off. I don't know if that's a weird comparison. Let me know in the comments if you feel like that too sometimes. Then I went in with a medium brush to paint in the lollipops. And you could also use a dotting tool, but I'm so used to hand painting everything, it's just my default. Also, I find that when I do big dots with dotting tools, it puts down too much paint and then it makes bumps and the surface of the nail isn't completely smooth, so sometimes that's why I choose to hand paint versus use a dotting tool. But if you're not confident in your ability to hand paint a circle, just use a dotting tool, it's fine. Then I use my small detail brush to paint the sticks coming out of the red dots. Now that the sticks are painted, it's easier for me to know where to put these little rectangles that are going out of the lollipop, because I can just align them with the stick. Then I added shading with a darker red to give a 3D effect and really replicate the lollipop that I have in my logo. Now it's time to outline all of this with black acrylic paint. Let me tell you, this was such a tedious task. Props to all of the nail artists that always do black outlines on your designs. I don't know how you do it. I think it's the part that took the longest because I wanted the lines to be thin and smooth, so I really took my time with this. I always start off with the straight lines and then I connect them. Take your time and do small portions. Also, refresh your brush often because acrylic paint can build up on there. Over time, the paint dries on the tip, so then you don't have as fine of a tip and it makes it much more difficult to get perfect lines. I repeated this process for all of the lollipops on my nails. I didn't film my ring finger, but it's essentially the same thing, except the lollipop is in the shape of a 4 and it's much bigger, so that makes it much more easier. I applied a matte taco and that's it! I really love how these came out. I hadn't done a gradient nail art in a while and I just love how they look. I also did a photo shoot with a lollipop because I just thought it was so cute. I really love a fun prop. Making this nail art account was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I find an amazing community where I can share my passion and get inspired by you too. I'm so grateful to have this platform where I can interact with you all. I know I don't have that many followers compared to the big shot YouTubers, but I really appreciate all of you for being here and supporting me. I'm so happy you enjoy my nail art and now my YouTube videos. Thank you so much if you watched till the end, it really means a lot to me. You can comment down below to let me know if you like this nail art, and you can also leave me a like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the bell to turn on notification to be sure to never miss a future video. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me as always. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!